Now we are entering a really powerful time indeed, in particular when it comes to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because the 24th, 25th and the 26th of June 2020 are going to be ridiculously important days where you are not only going to find yourself in a very, very interesting situation, in a completely brand new dimension, but this in itself, it's also going to make you realize something so important. At the same time, you're going to get a quite significant message which is just going to beautifully confirm certain things to you that you really need to hear at the right moment, at the right time. It's about the vision that you are going to have. It's about your own victory, it's about your own power, it's about your own strength, it's about your own energy, and most certainly it's about the opportunity, an important opportunity that you are going to have, that you are most certainly going to beautifully experience in many different ways. And it's all about the actual initiative that you are going to have, a strong, powerful initiative which is going to bring so many forces around you at the same time, and that in itself is going to start re-energize you in so many different ways. It's about a vision that you are going to have. It's about initiative that you are going to also feel at the same time, and most certainly the determination, the whole new perspective at the same time. It's going to really bring you an important strength, and this strength is just going to be so significant on so many different levels when it comes to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Indeed, this is an important stage that you are entering, because you can really literally take this as an entrance, as an entry into a whole new dimension. This dimension is your dimension. It's a very powerful dimension, but also at the same time you need to make sure that you are paying attention to absolutely everything around you in the best possible way, but most certainly in particular when it comes to those things that are constantly going through your mind, every single time when you relax, every single time when you chill out, every single time when you have about 5 or 6 minutes, what do you by yourself, what do you think, where your mind drifts, what is creating you a problem, what has been creating you an obstacle. This is all boiling down around a certain point, around a certain moment in your life when the obstacle was created over the last 4 months, and that particular obstacle is also now beautifully going to bounce back, most certainly a good moment in time, because something is going to happen so quickly, so beautifully, and it's going to be such a nice and a swift progress and a swift change at the same time. This is important because I want to say it's a quite complex situation, because at the same time you're going to receive a very important message, and that message is just all going to be oh my lord, a quite significant confirmation at the same time. And this confirmation is going to be very powerful because it's to do with your dreams, it's to do with what you wanted to achieve, it's also to do with a rather dark-ish stage in your life. Over the last 4 months, I'm not saying everybody had a dark stage over the 4 months, no baby, no. I'm saying that over the last 4 months things have slowed down a little bit around the world. There have been lots of things happening that influenced people and influenced everybody, in a different ways, and that in itself created a certain point in our lives where we kind of we have affected, our future planning has been affected, and things like that, not future planning, oh my god, in 20 years, what I'm going to do in 20 years, no, not necessarily, but when it comes to the a near, close future planning have been affected, and that affected us in many ways without we even actually realizing, without even realizing this. And that in itself can kind of drain the actual energy, because subconsciously we block ourselves from achieving certain things because we haven't got a vision about our future, around about our immediate future, perhaps how we had maybe a few months ago. So this is an important moment moment in time, because things, that were like kind of like really like hanging out, and didn't make sense, now they're going to make sense. But it's important to just keep your eyes open and see, what are you thinking about? What is the very first thing on your mind around these 3 days? Where is your mind always drifting you? Because also, like, this is a subconscious moment, that is going to be very strong and rather powerful and rather bright at the same time, and it is most certainly going to illuminate. It's going to self-illuminate you, and this is all about your own personal self-illumination, which is just going to help you to pinpoint on things around you that are absolutely ridiculously, valavumishly important in your life. I'm not saying that these things haven't been around you. I'm not saying that these things have not been like the part of your subconscious mind. No, baby, no. But because this is a sacred moment in time of your own self-illumination, so therefore you are going to have this sacred power at the same time, where you're going to be able to single these things out, pay attention to them, and most certainly the whole new perspective you're going to have very strongly, you're going to start feeling about the changing certain part of your life. But also very strongly you're going to start feeling like, oh, fantastic, that rejuvenation, that powerful energy, that beautiful vibration, which is at the same time going to inspire you. It's going to rejuvenate you when it comes to your own energies, and therefore you're going to find yourself start being rather active at around these 3 days. You're also going to start finding yourself being like really keen to know things, keen to learn things, but also most importantly, it's this energy which is just going to have such a wonderful and beautiful impact and influence on you, which is just going to inspire you to the point where you're going to get the ideas. Why I say that this is so important? Well, my gorgeous Sagittarini, now this is a quite powerful time of year, because it's June, and of course this reading is for June, and now we are having like this, we are entering the second part of the year. So now as we are going closer to the end of the year, the more it's just going to start happening, the more it's going to start unfolding, and it's going to be such a wonderful reflection in particular of things that have been slow within the first 6 months indeed. So now this is going to be the pure reflection from all those things that have been very slow, but in particular when it comes to you, when it comes to your achievement, when it comes to your development, when it comes to things that created a little bit of confusion and perhaps chaos, because you weren't too sure about, what the next stage and the next point is going to be. And also it's important to say that it's going to be about the actual opportunity. It's about the idea, but it's at the same time, it's an important opportunity. And sometimes, you just need to be a little bit careful not to overlook certain things, because when we are really kind of busy, when a lot is happening, perhaps we can be sometimes emotional, and we can very easily overlook like an important points, and important stages in your life. But most certainly at the same time, I go to Sagittarini, just pay attention to little signs, over these 3 days. You need to pay attention to little signs that you are going to have, especially when the numbers are repeating, like when the frequencies of numbers are repeating at the same time, in particular 111, 777 or 177, or any combination of this number 1 and number 7 that are repeating. So it could be 777, 777, 111, 777, like 771, 771. If you see these numbers repeating, my lord, you will also know at the same time that something very important is about to happen. You're gonna hear something significant about your own development, but it's more about the actual confirmation. But at the same time, it's the opportunity. You will know that very soon you will have an important opportunity that is going to come up, but this is going to be so significant when it comes to your own spiritual journey, when it comes to your own karma, because symbolically this is to do with a white little bunny, it's to do with a white little rabbit, and symbolically white little bunny or a white little rabbit also means something quite significant. It's about to happen, something very precious, something very beautiful, something very gentle, something very very powerful on another hand, but also little white bunny symbolize the speed, you know, the fastness, in particular when it comes to on the actual reflection of what was happening over the last 6 months or so. Now things that are in your favor, things that are going to make you more powerful, things that are going to make you more advanced are going to start taking place. And you know what is the like kind of the most powerful thing that is actually going to happen? Whatever you do, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you are going to plant an important little seed, an important spiritual seed, because you have to please understand that try to be as open-minded, try to be as optimistic as you possibly can, even if it comes like a little bit of like a negative stage, even if you are thinking about something negative, please do not think negatively. I'm not saying that you are thinking negatively, but do not let your mind to try to trick you in any way. And our mind can trick us, and energy is powerful. Our mind, our thinking, our way of thinking, this is all energy that we are creating, and this is all energy that we are projecting on the outside world. And this can do us so much good, this can do us so much wonder, this can be so powerful for us. But at the same time, we have to remember that if we think negatively, you know, we just plop, we just close one door, and then if you like kind of think, oh yeah, I want to do this, and then oh no, I can't do this, and then plop, you close another door. So you don't want to do this plopping thing, you don't want to close the door. So try to think as optimistic as you possibly can. I can't stress how important these 3 days are going to be. And you know what, these 3 days are connected to which months? Have a guess, Sagittarini. December. It's your time. So this is where this, oh my lord, this is where this connection is with the actual December. It's your time. It's when your vibration is the most powerful, when your own vibration is at its peak through your own radiance, you know. And this is a highly powerful and highly vibrational time for you anyway. So December will be the second stage of what is happening right now, my baby. So you have to use this to the best of your abilities. Be as open-minded as you can, and try to do as many things as you can, okay? And also, if you feel the need to explore something, now suddenly I want to explore this, I want to explore that, or I want to kind of learn about this, I want to learn about that, you just go for it. And even if it's like to do with what you're doing right now, and this is your spiritual calling that you're going to have, because even if you're like, let's say if you're a veterinarian, okay, or let's say if you're a doctor, for example, and then you want to read up about about something extra that you want to learn, something extra that you want to advance yourself, even in that way, this energy is going to be sacred. This energy is going to be very powerful, because it's going to at the same time pass you an important spiritual path that you wouldn't normally have, and it's going to take you somewhere else, it's going to take you somewhere different, it's going to take you somewhere important, it's going to take you somewhere where you should go, you should be. Most certainly it's to do with your own development, unfoldment, and spiritual power. So therefore you are going to start the process. This is going to be so much so to do with your personal progress, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and that process is going to take off almost immediately, but most certainly it's going to have a really powerful way and powerful time in December 2020. It's when exactly you will be able to see, feel, and the outcome of what was actually happening now, but in the best possible way. I'm so excited because I know how much this is actually going to mean to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, Sagittarius, and it's for June 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous and ever so precious, powerful, ambitious Sagittarius, and it's for June 2020. And of course, that your number when it comes to the actual numerology this month, it's number 100. 100 is like a ridiculously powerful number, and it's also very important when it comes to like really trying to let you know that you are reaching a super important stage in your life, which is going to be split in two. Number 100 means that basically whatever is going on now, now, whatever you start now, you have this sacred knowledge, you have this sacred power, you have a absolutely remarkable power throughout this month to actually, whichever process you start, whatever progress you start, it's going to have the next stage. It's in the actual December, and this is what number 100 means, an important stage and progress. It's about to take a place. I really like it because I feel like now, oh my God, it's so much so to do with your dreams, it's so much so to do with what you wanted to do, and it's so much so to do with an important realization and the step out of the situation that it's absolutely ludicrous. The situation that you think it's ludicrous, that it was like not doing you any good, the situation in your life that was making you feel uneasy because it was making you feel a bit nervous and a little bit uncertain and just a little bit paranoid at the same time. So it's all about that coming to an end at the same time, but also karmically, oh my God, you know, it is so much you can take karmically. It's just like if I show it on myself, like for example, you know, karmically you do something at some moment in your life, at some moment in your past, at some time in your past, and it depends what it was, you know. And so now karmically this is an important stage of you going through the certain karma, but this karma that you are going through, that you have been going through, it's also pretty much so relevant over the last 12 months. So there is a karmically an absolutely remarkable stage that you are going to have, because as I said, if I show it on my body, you know, there is so much karma, you work so much on your karma, which is at the same time you're working on your spiritual journey, so much. So therefore something happened within the last 12 months, and now this is the karma that is just that you worked your own karma in order to reach this particular moment, which is most certainly going to create an absolutely beautiful moment in time when it comes to your own progress on your own karma. So now things are also going to be quite rewarding. Things are going to start being different and feeling different, in particular when it comes to your own achievement as well. But at the same time, highly vibrational time, it's going to be beautiful when it comes to your own optimism, which is going to re-energize you like there is no tomorrow. Number 100, when it comes to numerology, it's a very powerful number, and it also means at the same time that you're going to have such a mind-blowing conversation. Mind-blowing conversation, negotiation, well, I suppose conversation, which is going to lead to the actual negotiation, and negotiation is going to be brilliant, and it's going to work in your favor because the energy is just going to be absolutely right. Highly victorious moment. This month, you're going to have a victorious moment, and that's why I need you to be courageous. I need you to be brave, because it also means that you will be tested a little bit at some moment in time this month, and you will think that some kind of stage you will be tested in such a way when you're going to think that there's some kind of stage. It's like someone is going to make you feel like a little bit nervous, someone is going to make you feel like a little bit negative, and that is going to create a moment where you're going to need to perhaps discuss something, get something off your chest. And it's important to say that the problem like that, connected to the person that is making you feel negative, that it's making you feel uncomfortable, it's actually going to come to an end. And this is another victorious moment in time that you are going to have, that you are going to that you're going to realize as well about yourself. It's all about the actual focus at the same time, and it's and it's about the promise that you are going to have as well. It's about the new beginning. It's about the creativity. It's about the actual start of something very, very important. But it's to do with your gain. It's to do with your security. It's to do with your power. But it's also to do with an amazing, meaningful experience. This meaningful experience is going to be so important because it's going to help you to understand certain things about yourself. Like for example, what you are in self-denial about. And this, what you are in self-denial about, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's also going to be so important because 26 days later, exactly 26 days later, there is going to be an important result from this, an important realization, an important reward that you are going to have at the same time. And it's going to require from you to make a little bit of like reorganization, most certainly. But the bottom line is that there is 26 days later exactly, you will know that the results of efforts are nearly due. And number 100 also means, my gorgeous Sagittarini, that if you want to start a certain processes, like for example, like something like some kind of judgment, or if you want to kind of start some kind of contract or some like kind of important new things in the beginnings, there's most certainly June will be absolutely perfect for this, because you will work with this particular dimension, which is at the same time provide you with so much more. It's almost like you can't do wrong when things like this are happening. And this is also karmically very important, and this is to do with your own reward. Your lucky number is number 8. Number 8, I highly suggest you to like maybe write on a little bit of paper and have it in your pocket throughout the months. I know it sounds crazy, or you can have a little pendant with number 8, or you can like you know, like just to basically have like a, I don't know, you can write it on your hand, number 8. You don't maybe have to have it like all throughout the months, but in particular when you're talking about important subjects, when you are like trying to connect or reconnect with somebody, if you feel a bit nervous, if you need that little bit of extra power, that Varavumish energy, number 8 is important because it's also going to bring you a good luck. Number 8 is a powerful number when it comes to financial situation, when it comes to finding our own path, when it comes to our own success, when it comes to making important decisions, when it comes to trying to find our ground. You know, it's an important number when it comes to our security and power in general. So this is also a very, very good sign. And when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, when it comes to your professional life, or if you're like retired, you know, most certainly some kind of worry is going to slowly come to an end. And I like it. I like it because I know, my gorgeous Sagittarius, this was something that was quite affecting you quite a lot. Number 100 is in numerology, also means that the June is just all going to be so good when it comes to like your practical knowledge. You know, if you want to express yourself but what you do and things like that, you know, now you're gonna have such a beautiful power around you, and it's going to help you to express yourself in so many ways. And this is exactly what is going to happen when it comes to your practicality, when it comes to your knowledge. You will have an important moment where you're gonna like really express yourself, and you will impress and impress and impress, and that is also going to impress you at the same time, and it's going to bring you the beautiful energy that is just going to increase your vibration to such a beautiful and lovely stage in your life, which is just going to help you to reach the peak of your own radiance. So this is going to be such a beautiful moment in time to actually reflect, you know. I like it. It's all about the resolution of the problem, my gorgeous Sagittarini. You know, number 100 is resolution of the problem that you will have, and you will be thinking at around the 3rd of June, at around the 3rd of the month, you're already going to come across that particular problem that you're going to be thinking about, and that problem, it's going to end. That problem is going to come to an end because you're going to have a conclusion, an important conclusion. This will mean to you so much because, you know, it's about the solace that you're going to have immediately. It's about the healing that you're going to have immediately around you, which means that this problem and issue was draining quite a lot out of it, like a lot of energy indeed. And it's to do with a satisfactory result, fulfillment, an important compromise indeed. But also, on another hand, it's just about the inspiration that you are going to have. You will know that it's all you need to do is basically at this stage is just like at least you will know that this effort, you need to continue the certain effort until the actual success is fully attained. But it's beautiful because it's going to bring you joy, it's going to bring you perspective, it's going to bring you a realization, and most certainly it's going to be rather beneficial moment in time in many different ways for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, especially after the quite a longer stage or longer period in your life in the last 10 months where you were like kind of worrying about a certain things, and you were affected about certain things, things that were happening around you. Perhaps you didn't even realize how much you were affected by them, but then once you reach this particular stage, you always know, you always feel it, because the vibration is going to be so important indeed. You see this? Happiness, absolutely beautiful. It is the happiness, you see, and your happiness, it's also going to confirm something, you know. It's this change. It's about a certain change that you will want to do, you will want to make, you know, and you were thinking about it at some point, you know, this year. Indeed, you were thinking about making certain changes, but you will know your happiness is going to lead towards the change you will need to make, indeed. Okay, when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Sagittarius, this is important. I know I said this millions of times, but I just have to say it again. Please just make sure that you are taking organic acerola cherry powder in the morning with a little glass of water, little teaspoon, drink it, and organic acerola cherry powder in the evening, a glass of water, teaspoon, drinking. And this is important to boost your immune system because it's going to increase your vitamin C levels. Very, very important indeed. Organic acerola cherry powder is one of the richest sources of vitamin C in the world, and it's most importantly natural. Another thing, I know I said it before, I'm gonna have to say it again, I'm sorry, it's the natural zinc. Try to get zinc as well, natural zinc supplement, which is going to also be brilliant to boost your immune system. And vitamin D. Vitamin D is going to be quite good for your bones. Your bones are going to be a little bit sensitive, but at the same time, natural vitamin D supplement is also going to be really good when it comes to actually boosting your immune system. Very, very important. And another thing I was going to say to you, try to get organic chlorella. Organic chlorella is something that you're going to find quite important, quite good for you as well, because it's going to help you to rejuvenate yourself. It's going to help you to boost your immune system, but it's also going to help you to boost your energy. I did say that you're going to have more energy this month, indeed, but I would still highly suggest you to get organic chlorella. Very, very important, because it's going to help you to reach this maximum levels of your own energy. But it's just going to be absolutely perfect for you for many different ways. But most certainly, it's going to help you to boost your energy. It's going to help it to actually it's going to help you to boost your immune system at the same time. It's a wonderful, 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 and ever so important supplement to actually take. It's also quite beautiful to enhance your third psychic eye at the same time. Organic chlorella is very, very important because it's going to help you to reconnect with the deepest levels of your subconscious mind at the same time. One more thing I was going to say is also make sure that you avoid toothpaste with fluoride and mouthwash with fluoride, because fluoride is not good for you. So organic toothpaste without fluoride and mouthwash without fluoride. I highly suggest again something like aloe vera toothpaste with maybe tea tree, and mouthwash also it's very good, aloe vera with tea tree. It's very, very good for your mouth, but it's also because it's going to be quite sensitive inside your mouth. So this is something that I recommend you again. But also zinc and vitamin C are also going to at the same time help you with the gum healing as well. Very important. And also one more thing, if you like herbal teas, try to get like organic dandelion tea or even organic nettle tea as well. They're really good to flush out the toxins out of the system. This is a beautiful time, June, you know, to actually work on yourself in such a way, in such a sense, when you're thinking about your body at the same time, and to flush out the toxins. This would be absolutely perfect. So organic dandelion or organic nettle, either of these two would be absolutely wonderful and remarkable to actually take. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, basically the very first date that I'm going to be talking about is most certainly going to be the 2nd of June. Now the 2nd of June is going to bring you like a little bit strange situation, because you're going to think about somebody that was somebody around you was maybe like a little bit ineffective. Somebody around you has been showing like a little lack of strength when it comes to making the certain decision, and also when it comes to like some kind of feeling immaturity. You're going to be kind of maybe a little bit pissed off, a little bit upset because of somebody. But then again, this is an important moment in time, because at the same time this will be quite good for you, because it's going to cause you to kind of think in a certain way. It's going to cause a little bit of like just a little bit of emotional confusion, but this is going to be perfect at the same time, because that it's going to be this particular essence which is going to bring you this balance, force and harmony that you wouldn't normally have. So you've got a bit of a yin-yang moment here, because it's all about you turning yourself towards the certain situation, certain group of people and certain dimension where you wouldn't normally turn yourself towards. So this is like a golden little opportunity that you're also going to have on your side, and it's most certainly going to work in your favor, because you will know that it's time to actually make an important decision when it comes to some kind of improvement, in particular when it comes to yourself, in particular when it comes to your life. We will know exactly what to do here. It's very important, because also when it comes to your own development, you know, this day it's all going to be about your own promotion and also outcome of the past effort. It's going to bring an important moment of your own illumination, an important moment of your own rebirth. It's so important, because this is going to lead towards you starting to feel quite secure at this moment in time when it comes to your own security and power. I have to say that this day on the 2nd of June is just going to be so important, because of the actual combination of material and spiritual prosperity at the same time, you know. And you are just going to also decide to remove yourself from the certain situation. That's the 2nd and the 3rd of June. The 3rd of June is going to be quite significant when it comes to you being kind of awake to an unknown danger. I'm all dark today. No, but this unknown danger, it's nothing bad. It's nothing horrible. It's nothing negative, because you are going to be aware of it before. So this is quite important, because on another hand, you know, something very interesting it's going to be revealed to you as well here at the same time, my gorgeous Sagittarians, you see. And that what's going to be revealed to you, it's going to help you to realize where exactly you need to pay attention to when it comes to you, when it comes to your life, and when it comes to your personal thriving at the same time. You know, you will know what you need to do and where you need to pay attention to that you wouldn't normally have before. Look at this, absolutely remarkable. And something is just going to come to your mind, and it's going to surprise you how strongly you're going to feel about it, about a new stage, new page, new option in your life. But this is going to be so important, because this is the beginning of what I was saying, you know, about before, how significant this time it's actually going to be. What else I was going to say, look at this, my gorgeous Sagittarini. I highly suggest you to get like a dry sage, and also try to sage your home like at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month will be quite important, because a lot is going to be happening, and you would be surprised how much of your subconscious mind and how much of your energy you're going to be using at the same time, because you are going to reach quite high levels of your own spirituality. That in itself, it's going to make you open to all sorts of things. You know, you're going to be like a little crystal ball, you know, yourself, which is brilliant. But on another hand, it can drain your energy a little bit. And dry sage is absolutely remarkable when it comes to you protecting your environment, but also it's going to help you to smudge yourself as well. While you're smudging your home, you're going to smudge yourself at the same time. So if you like, you don't even have to do it around yourself. You can, but while you're smudging your home, you're going to do that to yourself anyway. But it's important, because if you did accumulate certain amount of negative energy within you within the last few months, you know, this is going to help you to release all this negative energy. And this is why I say that smudging will be very important indeed. So if you would like to buy this, the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, but I highly suggest you to do this actually twice a month if you possibly can. The second important date is 16th of June. The 16th of June is going to bring you an obstacle, and you are going to do so well. You're going to do so great. It's brilliant because it's at the same time most certainly going to be connected to the actual some kind of problem, like when it comes to a group of people, like a family matters, or like a group of people, like the people that are the closest to you. You know, it's the certain obstacle, but you're going to need to put your input in. This will be very important because on one hand it's going to be step out of the negative situation, but on another hand it's pretty much so connected to the overburden feeling that you had, and excessive pressures that were causing you problems because you were unsure what the outcome is actually going to be when it comes to your situation. You see, it's important because most certainly now basically the difficulties are going to come to an end. It is just going to be not completely here, but you will just know, oh thank God, you know, problems are soon to be resolved. Okay, this is how I can boil down to. That's how you're going to feel, problems soon to be resolved. And that in itself, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's also going to create an absolutely remarkable moment in time, because there is going to be some kind of like a beginning that is just going to leave such an important and beautiful imprint on you and in your life, and it's immediately going to start up some kind of progress and process, because you're going to feel very enthusiastic, and that in itself is going to bring you an initiative. Watch for the initiative on the actual 16th of June, my gorgeous Sagittarini. It's all about the unlimited possibilities, and also like a beautiful feeling, an excited feeling about some kind of new stage which will become quite obvious here at the same time. You see this? An opportunity. This is all about this wonderful opportunity. The third important date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is the 27th, two of them, 27th and the 28th of June. Now, this is what is just so exciting here. It's all about the swift activity and sudden progress and movement that you are going to have at the same time. It's all about this beautiful speed, and also the decision that you're going to make. It's all going to happen pretty quickly, but at the same time it's to do with your advancement, and it's also at the same time to do with the message that is just going to be like an absolutely mind-blowing confirmation. It's just going to require from you, it's to do with the deep concentration and application. It's an important moment in time when it comes to some kind of a study and reflection, but most certainly it's to do with the respect for knowledge, desire to learn new things and new ideas, but most certainly an important news from somebody, you know, somebody who's like really nice in your life, somebody who you really appreciate, somebody who means to the world of good to you, you know, like you appreciate this person so much. They are going to have such an important news for you as well at the same time, and I'm so excited because I know how much this is gonna mean to you, my gorgeous Sagittarini. You see, ooh la la, it looks like that you are also gonna have a little test. Somebody's just going to be around you and gonna be maybe a little bit naughty, but just remember to forgive and forgive. Just remember, if you're tested in such a way at this moment in time, at around the end of the month, please do not kind of like do not react in a way where you go low down that energy and vibration. Just rise above, my darling. As soon as you do this, you will be able to see like a completely different picture out of everything else, and you are most certainly going to be the one who is going to be on an advance here, not this other person, for example. But I want to say, my gorgeous Sagittarini, look at this, a miracle. Okay, be optimistic because things are about to change for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Okay, think positive, and positive is going to come, most certainly indeed, because this 27th and the 28th of June, it's all about the actual perfection, recognition. You will recognize something very important here about yourself, but also somebody is going to recognize you. You see, because your power is going to be very strong. You're going to feel the greatest honor This is going to be very good for you, like in many different ways. It's like great, something that you've been waiting for. This recognition is going to be everything, because it's at the same time going to provide you with a beautiful opportunity, you know, beautiful realization. But on another hand, if you do want to go for something, if you do want to apply for the jobs, if you're looking for jobs, if you want to try things, if you want to test things, you know, this is most certainly the time to jump in the water, because if you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. So most certainly this is the time to jump in the water. Okay, very important because the luck is going to be on your side, and also it's to do with the change, fulfillment, you know, it's to do with your own capability, which is at the same time going to enhance you, and it's also do with an important reward. Here at the end of the month you will have an important reward, and it's so much so connected to the hard work, what you were doing, what you were hoping for, and what you were kind of expecting. And it's to do with the success and admiration of others, which is going to do so much to you in many different ways. But the bottom line is this 27th and the 28th of June are going to bring you the realization through your own success that you are about to have an ultimate change. This is when you will know it for absolutely certain. This is when you will feel it for absolutely certain. This is when you will know exactly what to do, and it's going to be massive, huge, enormous light at the end of the tunnel, which is just going to absolutely shine super brightly, my gorgeous Sagittarini, super brightly. Such a beautiful and very powerful decision you will be able to make here, and you can only find yourself on a very advanced stages and elements of your life where you can look at your life from this particular angle, when you can make this decision. It's about your own strength, it's about your own power, it's about your own courage, it's about your own success and self-esteem that brought you to this particular place. It's about your own success, material attainment. You will find yourself in an advantage, and it's going to reflect on your well-being. It's going to reflect on you feeling very victorious, but at the same time it's about your own stability and some kind of wish, something that you really wanted to happen for such a long time. It's going to take place here, most certainly. Another thing I was going to recommend, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is of course this gorgeous labradorite crystal. You are going to have an important, you see, from what I see here at the beginning of June, the first week of June, you are going to have an important moment, you know, when it comes to your subconscious mind, but also when it comes to your dreaming. So therefore there will be an important message in the first week, my gorgeous Sagittarinis, okay? So whether you're going to remember your dream, it doesn't matter, but it's just how you can follow this channel of psychic abilities. Is basically you wake up in the morning, and I said this before, as soon as we wake up in the morning, as soon as we open our eyes, the first couple of minutes, the first few minutes, we are still somewhere else, you know. We are part of all sorts of different dimensions, because while we are dreaming and while we are sleeping, we are having astral projection, and we are traveling through all sorts of different dimensions. We are living in multiple dimensions anyway, but we don't necessarily have this power to remember what we dream about and where we travel necessarily. So this is how you make this strong connection, by keeping this labradorite crystal next to your bed, and that is also going to help you to make this connection by grounding yourself in a particular way. And even if you don't remember your dreams, just try to remember, even if you don't remember your dreams, just as soon as you open your eyes in the morning, my gorgeous Sagittarinis, it's just whatever you feel drawn to do, whatever you feel drawn to do. If you feel like, I need to go to wash the window, I need to go and wash the carpet, I need to go and wash the mirror or something, you know, whatever it's on your mind, you know, just go for it and go for it. It's not about what you are doing, but it's about what are you going to achieve, what are you going to realize while you are following these sacred directions, because you're also entering important dimension, because you're following your own intuition to the best of its ability. And this is why this is so important, because while you're washing the carpet or doing something, for example, at the same time, there will be an important message that you're going to have at the same time, you see. And it's the message that you're going to have at the same time. It's going to help you to heal the certain chaos, or how to heal the certain chaos, you know, caused by maybe certain things that were going on and happening. You will know exactly what to do. Okay, so if you would like to buy this labradorite crystal, The link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. The first part of June is going to bring you an important moment of reconnection when it comes to an important person in your life, and that is going to mean to you so much. But most importantly, it's about the actual recognition. So the first part of June, the first week of June, it's also going to be important when someone is going to recognize you in the best possible way, and this is going to mean to you so much, because that was also caused a certain confusion, negativity, and a little bit of a chaos, because it stopped you from going where you want to go. It stopped you from achieving what you want to achieve, because it is just it was affecting your victorious moment in time, you know, your victory and mental clarity. So now this is a wonderful flip-flop moment that you're going to have, a spiritual flip-flop moment that you are going to have at the same time, because now that recognition is going to be everything to you, because it's going to make you realize it's all about your own victory and practicality and security. But at the same time, this realization is going to be born that you've got more resources that you possibly need to actually do something very important when it comes to your own joy, when it comes to your own family, when it comes to your own immediate environment. This is all going to reflect on your enlightenment, you know, and vitality like there is no tomorrow. And it's important to say that you will know that there is some kind of abandonment here. It's going to take place, because you will know what you're going to need to kati out of your life, and this is to improve yourself, and it's to improve your life as well at the same time, because something is slowly going to come to an end, but you're going to like it. Okay. So the second part of June is, oh my God, it's just, you see, this is what I say, this is why I think it's so important, because at some moment in time over the last 6 months, it's to do with you, it's to do with your life, you know, where you thought that you had like a limited success, limited options, limited possibilities. Now suddenly this is going to be like, oh my Lord, the moment of vision, very strong sign, very strong realization. This is so important, because at the same time you will know that you will avoid a certain conflict, which is brilliant, but at the same time it's to do with the competition, little bit of challenging competition that you will need to have, because you're going to be in touch with some little bastard here, you know, somebody a little bit dark here, like a scrutinizing dark person, not in their looks, but the dark in their energy, very dark, very scrutinizing, very negative. You know, these people are so strong in their negative energy, because that negative field which is around them can be very draining in many different ways. There is something very often wrong with these people, so they're projecting this themselves on the world. But anyway, so you're gonna deal through this person, and this is so important. So somebody very negative who is rather scrutinizing, you know, you're going to do so well, and through that person it's going to be absolutely remarkable, because it's going to be an important moment in time where there is a little hidden agenda that you're going to realize. This is so important for your own journey, this is so important for your own development, this is so important for your unfoldment, the way you're going to open your eyes here. This is going to be super important, because it's going to boost your energy, it's going to boost your optimism. Okay, it's important because at the same time it's going to make you realize to follow your intuition, and that in itself is going to bring you such a beautiful prospect, you know, an important hope, an important prospect, bright prospect there where you didn't think that there is going to be some. So this is so significant here indeed. And also the third part of June, the last part of June, you know, is just basically, I know that you're going to be maybe, you know, something that didn't kind of, maybe something that you didn't accept in the past is going to catch up with you, and it's going to kind of need your acceptance, because you're going to need to move on from this situation, because it's still kind of holding you down. So it's an important moment in time of some kind of acceptance, but that acceptance is also very significant, because you're going going to, at the same time, going to set yourself free. And this is going to be so good because this caused like some kind of delays and lack of motivation in the past. So now most certainly the whole inspiration and potential, it's going to come out of it. But first of all, after you accept this, after you accept something, and that in itself is going to make you to have a very strong connection with your home. In fact, the last part of June, it's all about your homecoming and you making a change when it comes to your home. I know that there's going to be a lot that you will be connected to when it comes to your home, and you're going to feel your immediate environment. You're going to feel like you need to make changes, like you want to make changes. And this is the great time to karmically also try to give like something to someone away, and then you can give that as a gift, make someone happy, for example, and then replace it with something else spiritual for yourself. The last part of June, it's also going to make you very spiritual when it comes to your own connection, your own grounding. Great time to meditate, great time to ground yourself, but also anything that you feel that you feel spiritually connected to, you need to explore. This is an important time of your own exploration at the end of June, my gorgeous Sagittarius. Very, very important indeed. You see that. Pam 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 with spirit in the sky. Listen to this. This is so important because look, it's just all about the new beginning. Spirit in the sky. My gorgeous Sagittarius, this is important. And also, you know what, it's like about the indecisive. You're going to find yourself being quite indecisive because in particular when it comes to the apprenticeship, the next stage, and what you need to do is you don't need to make any important decision here. All you need to do is just make sure and remember to stay committed to the task at hand. This is very important for you to remember, but otherwise an important moment in time when it comes to the actual apprenticeship at the end of the month. So this is a very good sign, which means also, it confirms what I said so far. If you want to start new things, apply for the new things, wherever you need to throw yourself at, where you feel nervous or you feel challenging situation, just trust me, you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be guided by your guardian angels, guided by your spirit guides, so it's going to be absolutely fine because, I know that you're going to feel powerless, you will not know what to do, but most certainly the end of the actual June, it's going to bring you an absolutely remarkable moment in time when it comes to you feeling like you don't know what to do, like your hands are tight and things like that. Just remember, the end of the month is going to bring you an important moment where you thought that your hands are tight, you couldn't do much because you weren't in charge of that particular situation. So it's there for lots of reflections from other things that maybe made this particular situation the way it was, the way it is, and it made you powerless. So most certainly the last part of June, it's also going to bring you a remarkable moment in time when it comes to your own liberation. And that, my gorgeous Sagittarius, is going to bring you such an important moment in time of your own completion, a success. Some kind of traveling, it's also going to become very important here, and you're going to be doubting about something. Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Well, most certainly, my gorgeous Sagittarius, the actual answer is going to be yes, 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 and yes. There is a beautiful opportunity waiting for you at the end of this month indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually in relationship. Bam 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 ba da 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 dun 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 da 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 dum bam 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 na 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 na. Raise your vibration, Sagittarini. Raise your vibration. Listen. So this is for those of you that are actually in relationship, you know. Oh, okay, 6 of coins. This is an important moment in time. Do you know what? You are getting a quite significant balance. You are reaching an important stage. You're reaching an important stage that you're both going to be benefiting from like there is no tomorrow. But at the end of this month, you will make an absolutely remarkable decision. But this decision is not like, oh yeah, just something out of the blue. No, baby, no. It's to do with the stage, with the process that you stopped, that it kind of didn't move on for much as quick as you wanted, and now that process you're both going to be able to continue, and which is going to be really, really good as well. But you are both as a couple going to have an important idea. That idea is just also going to change your lives literally, okay? That idea is going to change your lives literally. But I want to say one thing, that your partner just need to kind of be a little bit careful, because there is somebody like quite devilish, around your partner, but it's just basically somebody who's like maybe using and things like that. So if your partner is planning some kind of a business, or your partner is planning to start something very important, but they're unsure about the person that they're dealing with, I just say run like on miles, basically, just so you can just warn your partner to not to start any big and important huge processes or progresses this month. You know, you can plan, you can think about things, you can overlook things, but just say to them to not to start anything important. So this is the way they can protect themselves. But if they can't wait, then basically if they're okay with the person that they're dealing with, then they can just go for it, because it's just basically it's a lot about them, the way they're going to feel at the same time. I really like it because it's some kind of effort that you have been both putting in a certain stage of your life. It's actually going to work out pretty well for you indeed. Okay, and this is the 3 of coins upside down. You see, the 3 of coins is indicating upside down when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Sagittarini. You know what? It means that out of the situation where you actually don't think nothing is going to come out, some kind of progress is actually going to take place, but it's not going to happen as quick as you wanted. Indeed, and it's also going to be connected to maybe a little, maybe not misunderstanding with somebody else, but maybe you will both have just like a couple of maybe different opinions about a certain subject, which is nothing going to be bad, no, not a conflict or anything like that. But this is going to be absolutely directly a responsible situation, because the communication with someone is just going to make you wonder. It's going to make you think, and that in itself is going to, I know it's very complex, that in itself is going to boost your own creativity. And the creativity that is going to be boosted, it's not necessarily about you like running around and things like that, no baby, no, but it's about your way of thinking. Almost immediately there is an idea that you are going to have, almost immediately this is going to open your mind, almost immediately this is going to open your eyes, and that in itself is going to be so important, because it's going to help you to make an important decision, and that decision is going to make you feel really good, because you will realize how powerful you are, how strong you are, how important and how courageous you are. And this is also a lot to do with your passion, a lot to do with who you are, and it's also a lot to do with you making an important decision. And the decision that you're going to make, you see, It's going to help you with the time. You see, it's going to be also, it's going to help you realize the time that you had your hands tied. You know, the time over the last 9 months, you were particularly kind of uncomfortable with a certain situation around you, and you wanted a little changes. You were very passionate about it, but you just didn't want to rush into anything. So now this is going to turn around beautifully, and it's going to make you and help you realize that, you know, you are about to have a little change. Look at this Page of Swords, absolutely remarkable. So the bottom line is that there is you will make an important decision. The decision that you're going to make, this is for those of you that are single, it's going to make you feel so good about yourself. It's going to make you feel so optimistic about yourself, but it's going to make you very mature and responsible. Not mature like 120 years old, but very mature. You're going to realize how powerful your spirit is, and that change, it's also going to open new door. The door that are going to be open are going to put you in touch, in connection with somebody very special. So therefore, somebody very, very woomish, it's about to enter your life. Not in June, not that you're going to be aware of it. It can happen in June, but you're not going to be aware of that person at that moment and that time. But July, most certainly this person is slowly going to start coming through. Slowly it's going to start coming in, but it's all going to be connected to June. So you see, June is not only directly responsible when it comes to the progress in your life, with your achievement, things that have been like kind of causing like a certain uncertainty, but it's also going to be quite significant when it comes to your emotions and love life as well. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarinis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.